We asked disabled screenwriters to talk about their experiences. This is an entirely fictional reconstruction, voiced and portrayed by disabled actors. Any connection to real writers is purely coincidental. No writers were harmed in the making of this film.
Here now, and it looks like Cole's here as well, so we can pretty much get underway.
Great. Hi, do you mind if we say our names before we start, just so I can put the voices to the names?
Sure, Gareth here.
Thanks. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Eden, yeah.
And I'm Margot.
Welcome to Breakout Room 1.
Yay!
The idea here is I'd love to get feedback from people sort of on how you feel about Zoom kind of meetings about access on Zoom, etc., compared to meetings in the real world. How do you find that? If we could perhaps go around the screen.
It's speaking. I think I was at a really good story conference recently where the person who was moderating wasn't creatively involved. I think they were really good at spotting when someone was trying to speak, whereas if writers are in charge, they get caught up creatively, and then ideas can move on really before you had the chance to speak. I find that more frustrating on Zoom than I do in real life, I think.
Well, my experience is really hard to get a working edge with. Both on Zoom and IRL Rooms, actually. I think we need to look at how people contribute, and if there's a system maybe which ensures everyone gets their chance to speak.
Hi, it's Margot speaking. I haven't quite worked out how to do the raised hand thing on Zoom, but I think there is a keystroke combination, but as I say, I haven't quite worked it out yet. But in the real room, it's the same for me as well. But once the structure's been set up, I feel much more confident about deciding when I want to contribute.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, things are always a little bit of common sense, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hey.
No,
Breakout room.
No, I want a theme tune for the breakout room. A bit of an arrival noise.
It needs to be like that kind of thing where Loose Women, the actors like theme tune sounds like what it is. Hey Cara, like Loose Women.
Breakout room. We're breakout room 2. Hi guys. Useful just to sort of say, if we go around, maybe say our names. Hello, I'm Shirley.
Hi, I'm Echo.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
Hi, I'm Cara.
Hiya, I'm Mandy.
Brilliant, guys. I realised I should have led that in a more accessible way for everybody. This is Breakout Room 2 to talk about the difference between Zoom writers' rooms and in real life writers' rooms. One thing I really noticed is that Zoom breaks are so much shorter than in real life. And in real life, I can go to a coffee house or get a coffee ready made for me, but in my own house, it takes me an awful lot longer. So it really doesn't work for me to have a shorter break. Mandy?
Yeah, I think the thing for me is that breaks need to be enforced. So we're not in a situation where, no, we'll go with the flow, so we can just carry on and maybe finish early.
Yeah.
That's not good enough. People might have medication to take or just need a screen break to ensure their creativity and their energy levels.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think there's some assumptions that if you have access needs in the real world, maybe you have less access needs on a Zoom meeting. But I don't think that is true. And actually, I think I've sometimes found it harder to follow a Zoom meeting, because I kind of think in a Zoom meeting, I might have different access requirements.
Yeah, it's Margot speaking. Definitely. I find that when people type things into the chat section of the screen, that my screen reader is always trying to play catch up and it misses things. So I don't always get to to know what's going on. So, yeah.
And that's not like reality.
I mean, I personally, now that everyone's getting used to Zoom, I'm finding it way easier to schmooze and have meetings and stuff. I have to trawl all the way to London to have these meetings, and now I just have to have a half-an-hour meeting on Zoom. So it's way more convenient.
I did a writer's room once that was a hybrid meeting, but what that actually meant was everyone else was in the room and I felt completely outside of the conversation and unable to contribute. So I don't think it worked as well as we hoped it would work.
I think the thing is they just have to make sure that it is actually hybrid, you know.
Yeah.
If I'm on Zoom, it's about them doing something simple like turning their chairs the right way. I mean, this one I was in, literally everybody had their chairs facing the other way. So I was just watching somebody's head, and I was meant to be in the meeting with them.
But if they were all on Zoom, they'd see the back of their heads and realise.
A little bit of a basic rule, isn't it? But remote working it's worked for so many people in so many ways, hasn't it? It's like, I think it's made it more inclusive, but now it's been rolled back a bit. It's like, I'm noticing companies don't necessarily see it as like part of the diversity package, almost like an inclusive strategy. But I think they're missing a trick if they don't do that, because it's really helpful to see it as an access need, you know, for some people, but not in the way Cara's saying, like, you know, if everyone chooses to be on Zoom or in the room and you're the only one on Zoom, and you're kind of just ignored, that doesn't really work, does it? Like,
No, you want to feel part of it rather than out of it, definitely.
Yeah, I did one where I was just on an enormous telly and they wheeled me round, which made much more because I was definitely part of it. Sorry, Echo.
No, I said you can't be ignored that way.
No, exactly.
You should have been. We should have created a hologram version.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like something out of the Big Bang Theory.
Didn't they do it as Elvis as well? So you could have a bit of a song first.
I never know when to interject, and usually it's too late.
Keeping speaking. It's also like depends on the quality of the captions as well. So sometimes, you know, especially on Zoom, they're really can be quite bad and they don't pick up on the words. So sometimes I miss out information, or there's that delay thing as well, that you get information 5 seconds later and then they've moved on and you haven't had the chance. That's one of the things that I find really hard about contributing ideas.
I think the thing is that we just need to establish how we run meetings that include people who are remotely accessing it, you know, because it is tricky, you know, because we are all used prior to being in rooms and you get, you know, you can see people's body language, you can more or less judge if someone's about to speak so you don't interrupt. And I think they're more difficult things on Zoom, but we just need to keep using it and get better at it, I think.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, no, especially if you're using hybrid rooms, because like he was saying, it is very easy for a group of people in a room to speak over iPad or a laptop, for example. But if things were structured a lot more, or if we had some kind of structure where it's a strictly put your hands up, you know, type situation, then I reckon that would be amazing.
Yeah, brilliant. That is such a good point, Echo. All right, I'm just aware the countdown has started. We need to look at how we're going to feedback. Echo, I'm volunteering you to start because of that really good point earlier. Has anybody got anything else that we should feedback? Because I'm aware that the... how are we supposed to be doing this, guys? Is anybody supposed to be leading?
I don't know.
Well, it looks like we're going anyway, so I always think I'm going to be sucked down a chute.
Cast: Cara Riedel, Shirley Houston, Kieran Stewart, Colin Young, Echo Otu, Gareth Berliner, Lisa Hammond, Mandy Colleran, Margot Cargill. Directed by Nikki Miles Wildin. Producers Shirley Houston, Lawrence Clark. Editor Rebecca Boyd.